How mothers over 40 get what they want. There's a moment that happens quietly. No applause, no announcement, no dramatic music playing in the background. It usually happens in the middle of an ordinary day. Maybe you're folding laundry. Maybe you're driving home. Maybe you're staring at the ceiling after everyone else has fallen asleep. And the thought slips in, almost guiltily, is this it? Is this all my life is allowed to be? You don't say it out loud. You don't post about it. You don't even fully admit it to yourself. But it's there. Not because you're ungrateful, not because you don't love your family, not because you regret your choices. It's there because somewhere along the way, you stopped being at the center of your own life. For years, you've been the anchor, the planner, the fixer, the emotional shock absorber. You've anticipated needs before they were spoken. You've solved problems before they exploded. You've put out fires no one even knew were burning. And you did it without demanding applause. But here's what nobody warned you about. When you constantly make yourself the background, eventually you forget what the foreground feels like. Most advice about getting what you want sounds like it was written for someone with unlimited time and zero responsibilities. Work harder. Wake up at 5. Grind. Hustle. Push through. But mothers over 40 don't need more pressure. You've lived enough life to know that exhaustion is not a badge of honor. Burnout is not success. And constantly sacrificing yourself doesn't automatically produce happiness. Here's the truth. You don't lack ambition. You lack space. Space to think. Space to want. Space to choose without immediately calculating how it will affect everyone else. And when there's no space, your desires shrink. Not because they're small, but because they're crowded. Getting what you want after 40 is not about becoming aggressive. It's not about flipping your personality. It's not about abandoning your responsibilities. It's about reclaiming authorship. It's about realizing that your life did not expire when you became reliable. Somewhere along the way, many mothers learned to measure their worth by how much they could endure, how much they could handle, how much they could give without breaking. But endurance is not the same thing as fulfillment. Survival is not the same thing as alignment. The first shift is brutally simple. Stop asking what you should want. Start asking what you're tired of tolerating. Because exhaustion tells the truth faster than inspiration ever will. What conversations drain you every single time? What obligations make your stomach tighten? What roles feel heavier than they used to? Those clues. Not complaints. Clues. Clarity changes everything. When you are unclear, every decision feels heavy. When you are clear, even hard decisions feel clean. Clarity reduces friction. And friction is what has been wearing you down. You don't need a dramatic reinvention. You need honest inventory. Where have you been overextending? Where have you been shrinking? Where have you been saying yes when your entire body wanted to say no? Each of those moments cost you something. Not loudly, quietly, over time. Getting what you want is not about adding more to your schedule. It's about subtracting what no longer fits. Overcommitment, constant people-pleasing, silent resentment, the habit of explaining yourself to people who never explain themselves to you. Every unnecessary yes steals energy from the life you actually want. Permission becomes the turning point. Permission to want something for yourself without attaching guilt to it. Permission to change your mind. Permission to evolve. Permission to disappoint someone without abandoning yourself. That word disappoint has controlled too many decisions. But disappointment is temporary. Self-abandonment lingers. After 40, you understand consequences. You understand trade-offs. You understand that every choice affects someone. But you also understand something else now. You cannot pour from an empty reservoir forever. Eventually, the well runs dry. And when it does, everyone feels it. So instead of chasing what you want, position yourself for it. Chasing implies desperation. Positioning implies intention. Positioning looks like protecting your mornings instead of giving them away. It looks like declining invitations that drain you. It looks like choosing rooms where you don't have to shrink your intelligence or your ambition. It looks like building environments that support your growth instead of testing your endurance. Confidence at this stage doesn't come from believing everything will work out perfectly. It comes from trusting that you will handle whatever happens. That is a deeper power. You've survived heartbreak. You've navigated uncertainty. You've made impossible decisions before. You are not fragile. You are experienced. Wanting more at this age is not selfish. It's often a signal that there's a version of you waiting for room. Ignoring that signal doesn't make it disappear. It turns into irritability. It turns into numbness. It turns into that quiet resentment you can't quite name. Effort still matters, but it becomes selective. You stop pushing in every direction. You push where it counts. Focused effort beats scattered hustle every single time. You no longer have the luxury of wasting energy proving yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Alignment becomes the filter. Do your daily actions match your core values? Or are they just maintaining habits built 10 years ago? The woman you were at 30 is not the woman you are now. Why are you still living by her rules? Resistance is information. If something constantly feels heavy, investigate it. Not with drama, with curiosity. Is it truly necessary? Or is it simply familiar? Familiar can feel mandatory even when it's optional. Sustainability becomes more important than speed. You don't need overnight transformation. You need steady momentum. You need changes you can maintain without collapsing. Burnout doesn't get you what you want. It removes you from the game entirely. There's a quiet power that comes with maturity. You see patterns faster. You detect manipulation quicker. You recognize when you're about to overextend before you fully commit. That awareness is leverage. Use it. Getting what you want now is less about proving your worth and more about honoring it. You don't need to audition for your own life. You already earned your place in it. You will have to make some uncomfortable adjustments. Some people will resist your boundaries. They benefited from your lack of them. When you shift, the system shifts. Not everyone will applaud. That doesn't mean you're wrong. Your desires deserve daylight, not secret negotiation at midnight when no one is watching. Speak them, write them, explore them, even if they evolve. Especially if they evolve. And here's the deeper truth most people avoid. Sometimes what you want is not a new achievement. It's peace. It's slower mornings. It's meaningful work instead of impressive work. It's deeper connection instead of wider approval. Those desires are not small. They are refined. Refinement is not regression. It's wisdom. It's knowing what actually matters to you instead of what looks good from the outside. After 40, appearances lose their grip. Substance becomes everything. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not stuck. You are experienced enough to choose differently now. That is an advantage, not a liability. Getting what you want will require courage. Not loud courage. Quiet courage. The courage to disappoint expectations. The courage to leave roles that no longer fit. The courage to ask for support instead of silently over-functioning. You have carried a lot, but carrying everything is not your destiny. Delegation is not weakness. It is strategy. Let others grow by allowing them responsibility. You are not the only capable person in the room, even if you've acted like it for years. The woman you are becoming deserves cooperation, not constant resistance from your own habits. So build systems that support you. Schedule time for yourself like it matters, because it does. Protect your energy like it is finite, because it is. Momentum builds quietly. One boundary. One honest conversation. One decision that aligns instead of appeases. You won't feel a lightning strike. You'll feel steadiness. That steadiness compounds. Stop waiting for a crisis to justify change. You don't need to burn out to earn rest. You don't need to break down to deserve support. You don't need catastrophe to claim clarity. Getting what you want after 40 is not about becoming someone new. It's about returning to yourself with sharper discernment and stronger boundaries. It's about integrating everything you've learned instead of ignoring it. You are allowed to want expansion. You are allowed to want recognition. You are allowed to want reinvention. But more than anything, you are allowed to want alignment. When you stop abandoning yourself to keep everyone else comfortable, something remarkable happens. Respect shifts. Energy returns. Decisions become cleaner. You stop negotiating your worth in conversations that never deserved it. And slowly, almost quietly, your life begins to reorganize around the woman you truly are, not the version that was easiest for everyone else. If this changed the way you see what's possible, subscribe and watch the next video. And if you're serious about getting results, click the link below and get yours now.